Hey guys, it's Nate here. I'm super excited to show you Crossway's new ESV Church History Study Bible. I've got the True Tone Brown Walnut version here. I just want to say thank you to Crossway for sending me this copy to review today. It comes in 3 different versions. You've got a genuine leather version that'll be the most expensive option. You've got a hardcover, which is going to be the lower end of the spectrum, the cheapest one. And then the middle line right here, True Tone version. It's going to be long lasting. It's a quality Bible. Guys, this is not your typical study Bible. This has 20,000 different notes from prominent figures of church history. Actually, 400 different guys, all the way from the first few hundred years of church history, all the way up to guys like Charles Spurgeon in the 19th century, John Calvin in the Reformation, Martin Luther, John Bunyan, Matthew Henry, all these guys that are amazing to read in and of themselves. And they pack this Bible full of these guys' notes and commentaries over every single scripture. So I hope you guys enjoy this review today. We're going to be doing an in-depth look at this Bible, and thank you guys for tuning in. All right, guys, so I'll show you here the plastic case that it came in. So this is really cool. It says here, voices from the past, wisdom for the present. It's pretty thin, nothing special here to look at, but the back has the features on it. It says 20,000 study notes from historical figures, 12 articles by trusted scholars on major aspects of church history, and a list of several other features that we'll look into. So let's take this Bible out. Okay, so like I said, this is the True Tone cover of this Bible. You've got the brown walnut right here design, some stitching on the edges. And then right here we've got a darker brown color, almost a black. And that runs through the back of the Bible as well. It's just this nice dark color. And right here on the spine of the Bible, you've got a really cool kind of painted, almost like Celtic looking design here. It says Church History Study Bible, and it kind of reminds me of some of the classic books that you would see at Barnes & Noble, some of those old designs where they kind of paint it up and make it look really cool on the back. I thought that was a really cool touch to it. My wife was doing a photo shoot and she wanted to take this Bible with her because she thought it looked so cool on this cover. So like I said, it comes in 3 different versions. So you've got a hard shell case that's going to be in the blue color, and it's got a paper fold over it. You've got right here the True Tone version in brown walnut, and then there's a black genuine leather that I believe is around $100, maybe $120. But this Bible here sets it right at $79. But if you sign up for their coupon, you can get 30% off. I believe it's for Crossway's membership. So go ahead and go to Crossway. I'll put a link in the description for you guys to be able to purchase this Bible, but you can get it 30% off of that price. So as we open this Bible up, you'll see here that there is a paste down liner here on the True Tone cover, and it's pretty basic. I mean, nothing really special here to look at. We got some cardstock, a few pieces of paper. Here's the presentation page. We've got that cool Church History Study Bible logo, and then we'll get to the introduction. So let's take a look at the text here of this Bible. So when you go to Genesis 1, you'll see here that just as I was looking at my first ESV study Bible, it had a 9-point font. This one has a 9-point font as well, but the line spacing on this font is much larger than the one I had on my first study Bible. So the thing that I noticed initially about this Bible was that it reads a lot easier, and it almost reads like more of a 10-point font to me. When you read this, I had an R.L. Allen NC2 with a 10-point font, and to me it looks every bit as readable as a 10-point font, which I would say is a perfect font size. And so that is really awesome. It is Smythe sewn binding, so it's sewn together, the text block with multiple autographs. And essentially what that means is that this text block is strengthened and it lays more flat, and it's just easier to work with. There's more durability there with Smythe sewn binding. And so this one, it doesn't quite lay flat out of Genesis yet. Of course, I haven't really tried to break it. I mean, there you go. It's already laying flat here. It comes with one ribbon right here, a brown ribbon, and it's actually seems a little thicker than most of the Crossway ribbons that I've seen in the past. I know a lot of people don't like the ribbons that come on the heirloom Bibles from Crossway, and this ribbon is actually pretty nice. It has a good length to it. It's just one simple ribbon, but I would love to show you guys the dimensions of this Bible as well. And so I brought here a tape measure, and I'm just going to show you guys first the overall length of the Bible, which is sitting at right at 9.5 by 6.5. And so the thickness of this Bible is going to sit, let's see here, just under 2 inches, maybe 1.75, 1 3/4 thickness. So it's pretty thick, but the actual text block of the Bible sits at 9.1 by 6.1. So guys, that's the size of a Schuyler Quintel, but the thickness, it's just a little bit thicker. When I had my full-sized ESV study Bible, it was a lot thicker than this and wider. I think the text block was maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thicker all the way around. So they've been able to squeeze this all into a pretty decent size that you'd be able to carry. But let's take a look at this text here and the paper as well. So like I said, this is an 8-point lexicon typeface, and the study notes here are, or rather it's a 9-point lexicon typeface, and the notes here by these church history figures are in an 8-point Gothic typeface. It's super readable. You're not going to have any problems there. But I will say that this text is not line matched. So if you're looking for a line matched Bible, it's going to be really hard to find a line matched Bible that's a study Bible. And even a lot of premium Bibles today don't come line matched. But for me, I really haven't been able to notice it super well. Of course, when you get to the poetic settings, it's definitely more noticeable. I don't know if it's really picking up here. But as you get to some narrative, it's really not bothersome at all. It's kind of a medium darkness on the font. I can't really tell if it's super dark. To me, I'm not super picky about that stuff. Some people are. I would just say it's more of a medium on the darkness. And the pages, from what I saw on Bible Buying Guide, said that it's a 30 GSM paper. So these pages are really, really easy to turn. If you guys have had premium Bibles before that are on French Indo-Opaque paper, they're usually a 28 GSM. Crossway's heirloom division is 28 GSM, so it's a thinner paper. This right here is just slightly thicker. And of course, as you can see, I haven't opened up every page yet. They're still opening up. But it's a 30 GSM. So to me, guys, you could use this Bible to preach outdoor. It wouldn't be a problem. Now, if you have an heirloom Bible, it seems like it's a lot easier to crinkle those pages, and that just you can see the crinkles all over it. I don't think these pages would crinkle in that way. But also, they're a little bit rougher. They're by no means like rough Bible paper. but when you compare it to a premium Bible with a French Indo-Opaque paper, it's going to be a little bit coarser, but I kind of like it because it's easy to turn. It's a little bit more rugged, and I enjoy it. As we look here at some of the features the Bible offers, it's got some introductions to books here. If you've had an ESV study Bible before, they're usually multiple pages long. So I think they save some space here on Obadiah here, minor prophet. They just have a paragraph here and just a little bit about the background of the writing of this prophet. I think they're super helpful. It's pretty awesome to have those in there, but of course they're not going to be quite as in-depth. But the real thing that people are looking for when they get this Bible is going to be the notes. Like I said, guys, there are notes from guys like John Calvin, Martin Luther, John Bunyan, Charles Spurgeon, Matthew Henry, just some really awesome guys in here. And it's super awesome to be able to read just a portion in the Gospel of Mark. And just to look here at chapter 2, you see chapter 2, starting in verse 3, we have notes here from J.C. Ryle. You look at verse 4, it shows Jonathan Edwards. And it's also really cool because it says the work that it's from. So if you look over here in chapter 2, verse 9, we see Martin Luther commenting, and it says here that it's from his sermon. And it says where the sermon came from. And I just feel like that's super awesome to be able to look and see where the work is from. And so from my perspective as a pastor, to be able to know what a certain person from church history thought about a chapter of the Bible is invaluable. A lot of people quote guys like Charles Spurgeon and D.L. Moody in their sermons, and to be able to just see what they have to say and even kind of have just a working memory of, oh yeah, Charles Spurgeon interprets, 1 Corinthians 13 this way, and he said that at this sermon and this year. You'll be able to see that here in the notes. Like I said, there are 20,000 different notes from 400 prominent figures of church history, which is awesome. There's also cross-references in here as well. Crossway.com says there's 80,000 different cross-references. I think that's amazing. I don't personally use the cross-references, but many Bibles I've had do have the cross-references, and I think it can be helpful to use those. But I want to show you guys a couple extra features in the back of this Bible that are worth noting. So, one thing that's super cool is that this is not a creeds and confessions Bible that Crossway does produce, but it does have here some ecumenical creeds. But there's also some really cool articles and resources in the back. So, overall, guys, I love this study Bible. It's got to be my favorite study Bible that I've ever had and that I've seen. I just think it's so cool to be able to have all of these guys from church history, these prominent figures, to share their notes and their commentaries on different scriptures. I think it's awesome because as I just think about the ministry settings that I've been in, a lot of times it's really amazing to be able to quote church fathers and just different preachers and authors from different centuries. Guys like Charles Spurgeon and D.L. Moody, to be able to know what those guys said and to be able to quote them, it's all in here and it's super helpful. I mean, I think of meetings I've been in before where so many of these guys have been quoted, but imagining having a study Bible that has all of these notes in here, 20,000 different notes, is so awesome to be able to have. It's just really unique from just a regular study Bible with a team of modern editors working on it. So I've really enjoyed this Bible. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I plan on doing more reviews like this in the future. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you to Crossway for providing this Bible today. I'll give a link to this Bible in the description, and thank you guys for tuning in.